Welcome to the Explainer. So, you've been in the IT support trenches for a while now, right? You're out there solving real, complex technical problems every single day. But here's the kicker. If your portfolio is just a generic bulleted list on a PDF, it's completely invisible to the people you want to notice you. Today, we're diving into recent industry reports and the 2025 CompTIA updates to show you exactly how to build a verifiable proof-of-work portfolio that actually gets you hired. Let's get into it.
Look, I'm going to start with a pretty hard truth here. You might have 5 years of fantastic hands-on experience, but if your application looks exactly like the guy who just crammed for a certification exam last week, the hiring algorithms and the recruiters simply cannot tell you apart. Competing against hundreds of applicants with the exact same certs means that bulleted PDF is literally holding you back from your next big role.
Here's the thing about the standard PDF resume. It's a trap. It tells employers what you were assigned to do, sure, but it definitely doesn't show your workflow fluency. And there is a massive difference between claiming you know how Active Directory works and actually proving you can set it up, configure it, and automate it. In 2025, employers are done just taking your word for it. They want you to show them.
So, here is our game plan for today. We'll cover the PDF resume trap, what hiring managers are actually looking for, how to build your GitHub portfolio, setting up your public knowledge base, optimizing your LinkedIn, and finally, how to see real results in just 2 weeks.
All right, kicking things off with sections 1 and 2, the PDF resume trap and what hiring managers actually want.
Let's be real. Hiring managers in 2025, they aren't just looking for a procedural fixer to reset passwords. The old standard was all about listing foundational CompTIA certs and basic help desk tasks. But today, the 2025 standard is way more advanced. They want to see proof of automation, familiarity with observability tools, scripting abilities, and deep root cause analysis. It's a total shift from just fixing local hardware to managing systemic, cloud-native architectures.
I absolutely love this quote from the recent certification updates because it hits the nail on the head. It says, the definition of troubleshooting in 2025 is no longer mechanical, it is interpretive. You've got to be a diagnostician now. You aren't just clicking a button to install a printer driver, you're figuring out if an error is coming from a faulty service, a weird network permission, or an endpoint policy. It's like a giant puzzle.
To actually stand out, you've got to show you know your way around today's toolkit. The data shows a massive spike in demand for observability platforms like Grafana, automation through Python and Bash, and API tools like Postman and curl. Showing you can interact with these tools proves to a hiring manager that you can anticipate and troubleshoot complex server-side issues, not just swap out a broken keyboard.
Which brings us right to step 3, building your GitHub portfolio.
So, how do you prove you can use those tools? You need proof of work. Think of this as a publicly accessible repository, like GitHub, where you actually document and share the scripts and lab environments you've built. This is basically your personal billboard. It bridges that massive gap between knowing what a tool is in theory and proving you can actually build with it in the real world.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. Hey, I'm in support, I'm not a software developer. And you know what? That is totally fine. You absolutely do not need a computer science degree for this. Just upload the real scripts you've written to solve everyday problems in your current role. Maybe it's a simple Bash script for Active Directory, a Postman collection you use all the time, or a Python script that parses logs so your team doesn't have to do it manually during an outage.
But listen, just dumping a bunch of code into a repository isn't going to cut it. You need the perfect README documentation. It's got to check 3 specific boxes. First, explain the why. What actual business problem does the script solve? Second, detail your exact contributions using active I statements. And third, showcase the specific tech stack you used. This right here, this is exactly how you prove your systems thinking and communication skills to a recruiter.
Okay, moving straight into part 4, your public knowledge base.
Because let's face it, code is really only half the battle. You need a place where your documentation lives, using a free tier of a platform like Notion or Gitbook. An IT support engineer today is expected to empower their whole team through great documentation. Sharing things publicly, like step-by-step runbooks, incident postmortems, and workflows, shows you can take super complex technical jargon and translate it perfectly for non-technical users.
I want to zero in on runbooks for a second, because they are a massively powerful signal. The sources highlight how they standardize procedures and keep everyone calm when systems hit the fan. Creating just 1 or 2 crisp, jargon-free runbooks and linking them in your portfolio, that proves you're already thinking like a senior engineer or a site reliability engineer. It shows you don't just close tickets, you prevent them from happening in the first place.
All right, let's get into part 5, optimizing LinkedIn for IT. Now that we've built this amazing portfolio, we actually need to distribute it.
5. That number is a massive multiplier for you. According to recruitment data, an optimized LinkedIn headline gets viewed 5 times more than literally any other part of your profile. It's the most heavily weighted field in their search algorithm. So, if you have generic phrases like seeking opportunities or IT guy up there, yeah, those have absolutely got to go.
So here's the exact formula you need to be using to get those clicks. It's your target role, a divider, your key skills, another divider, and then the value and outcomes you deliver. For example, IT support engineer, Python, Bash, Grafana, automating system reliability. See how clean that is? It packs in the industry keywords for the search engine while instantly showing human recruiters exactly what you bring to the table.
Next up, we're going to turn your LinkedIn profile into a literal mini website using the Featured section. You want to pin a direct link right to your GitHub repo, a link to your Notion knowledge base, a PDF of your resume, and images of your active certifications. Set it up so that when a hiring manager lands on your profile, they can instantly verify your skills with one click without ever having to ask.
And hey, when a recruiter actually clicks on that resume, the language has to punch hard. Using passive, old-school phrasing like helped fix computer issues, that's a red flag today. You have to use outcome-oriented action verbs and hard metrics. Try something like diagnosed and resolved complex issues with a 95% first call resolution rate. Tell them exactly how you reduced resolution times by 20%. You got to sell the result, not just the task.
Which brings us to our final section, number 6, real results in 2 weeks.
Let's tie this whole shebang together with a realistic, high-impact timeline. Here is your 2-week playbook. Week 1. Take a weekend to upload just 3 real Bash or Python scripts to a free GitHub repo and write some clean READMEs. Week 2. Build a simple runbook in Notion, optimize that LinkedIn headline, and pin your links. By the end of week 2, you've shifted from waiting in a resume black hole to actually triggering inbound messages from recruiters.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Are you ready to stop telling hiring managers what you can do and start actually showing them? Take a single weekend to build your proof of work using these free tools. Curate your scripts, document your processes, and polish up that digital presence. It is hands down the most direct way to completely transform your IT career trajectory and land that dream role in 2025.